Ladies and gentlemen, the American German Bulldog Nation, welcome to the Eric Deters Show. And of course, the top story is Joe Biden is out. Now, I've done 2 Facebook Lives about this. I don't want to repeat myself. I'm going to take a different tact on this and what I'm going to focus on. And that is this: the spin that everyone is saying that this is patriotic, this is the best for the country, and all this gobbledygook. You can't make this up. This is the headlines of the Cincinnati Enquirer, the Kentucky Enquirer, Northern Kentucky. Biden drops out of election, endorses Harris, will address this nation this week. It is in the best interest of my party and country for me to stand down. Why? And local Democrats call Biden selfless, patriotic to the end. Are you kidding me? He was forced out by a political coup after saying he was staying in, he was great. Now, all of a sudden, he's not competent to run, but he's still competent to be our commander-in-chief. It's a joke. I can't fathom how voters buy this crap. All right, Kamala Harris just did a Facebook Live on this. You cannot make it up. Kamala Harris has a disease. I mean, it is a compulsive laughing disease. I'm trying to find my piece of paper here. It's called PBA. I just did a Facebook Live about it. It's insane. She laughs and laughs and laughs. And then this is her email that I got. I'm running. It's been an honor of a lifetime. Am I eager to run the record that Joe and I did? She was the border czar. Went one time, but not all the way to the border. The number one issue in this country, the disaster of illegal immigration. What has Kamala Harris done besides laugh and boink her way to the top, beginning with Willie Brown? It's embarrassing. She's a disgrace. All right, Netanyahu's going to come to town. Anyway, that'll be interesting. And by the way, Kamala is more anti-Semitic than Biden is. Manchin says he might change his party Democrat to run. That'll be interesting. Trump says it's all fraud. Republican Party wants their money, wants some money. I agree with him. Michigan rally. Trump held a Michigan rally this weekend with J.D. Vance. It was a great success. Polls show Trump up everywhere. Elon Musk says all the smart friends that he has are for Trump. Speaker Johnson says there's going to be some legal battles coming. Wouldn't doubt that. Secret Service. Right now, as I'm talking to you, Kimberly Cheadle is testifying on Capitol Hill. What a joke this is going to be. I can't wait for the questioning to begin. Ought to be interesting, isn't it? Sheila Jackson, Democrat from Texas, has passed away. May she rest in peace. Junior's telling all the guys to leave Kai alone, his daughter. Just imagine how Kai's life changed after that night. The protection she's going to need, it's totally changed. Fauci says that Trump just suffered a superficial wound. Isn't it amazing how the Democrats and the media want to forget that President Trump was allowed to be assassinated? Thank God it failed. Trump has demanded the UAW president resign. Of course, he's not going to. Zuckerberg thinks Trump's a badass. He says he's going to stay out of this election. And Alan Weisselberg, the CFO of Trump Organization, was released from jail. This is the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. Do not be a barbarous, frosty-spirited bloodsucker. Be an oracle. Ladies and gentlemen, the American German Bulldog Nation, welcome to Eric Deters Local News. Well, there's a lot of talk that Andy Beshear could be on the short list for VP. I say no, and here's why. Kamala Harris needs all the help she's going to get. So they're going to choose somebody in one of those swing battleground states. So we'll see what happens. Andy Beshear says he's not going to Fancy Farm. Fancy Farm doesn't have any pizzazz anyway. They lost even more pizzazz. The governor's not going. Hey, Andy, I'll let you speak at Freedom Fest. That would be fun. Jennifer Zacchaeus Miller's indicted. She's a lawyer, stealing from 2 deceased women's estates. Terrible. Barefoot's being let back in at Churchill Downs. Why? Moolah, moolah, moolah. Victim notification that Kentucky's supposed to have, where if you're a victim of a crime, you're supposed to get automatic notification due to every step, like probation, parole. Not happening. Tom Brenneman has got a job, going to announce ACC football. Congratulations, Tom. Scott Hearn was found 48 years old, alive, and Red River Gorge. He was gone for 2 weeks. What did he live on? Berries and roots? Kroger shooter has been found incompetent. He gets out of it. Get over Kentucky law goes in effect. What that means is if somebody's off the side of the road in an emergency, you're supposed to get over. If not, you get in trouble. Sundance says they're opening up where it might go. Instead of just Aspen, maybe it could come, or Vail. Is it Vail or Aspen? I forget. It might come to Cincinnati. York Street Cafe in Newport is closing. That's a sad day. I would like to do a rest in peace for Joe Usman. I know Joe Usman my whole life. Why? He was our mailman on Green Road. Nice guy, was a man about town. I was friends with his son Mark, who was younger than me, but we played a lot of softball together. And his daughter Debbie. Wish all the best to Debbie and Mark. Joe was a good guy. He was all-around independence. You could find Joe Usman. And you know what? Joe was one of those kind of guys, unlike me, never had an enemy. I also want to say rest in peace to Joe Schuler and his widow, Jackie. Joe passed away with a long-time battle with a lifelong illness. Joe was a good guy, was an insurance agent. You see him around Independence, member of St. Cecilia Parish. But Joe was a brave soul. And during all those brave years, kept a smile on his face, raised his family. All the best to Joe Schuler. May he rest in peace and his family. This is the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. Have a great day.
Hello, Bulldog Nation. Jamie Spindley here again with Eric Deters World News. Today's top stories. Israel has commanded Palestinians to evacuate a designated humanitarian area in southern Gaza. The eastern Mawazi region is now set for military operations against Hamas. Concurrently, the Prime Minister visits Washington following Joe Biden's withdrawal from the presidential race. Taiwan is engaging in a 5-day of military exercises simulating defense against a potential Chinese invasion. These drills occur as tensions between Taiwan and China escalate across the Taiwan Strait. In other news, a collision between a car and a motorbike in West Yorkshire, England resulted in the deaths of 4 adults and 2 children. The victims included a man, woman, and 2 girls in the car, as well as a man and a woman on the motorbike. And a boat fire off Haiti's northern coast has claimed the lives of at least 40 migrants, according to the United Nations. The International Organization for Migration reported that 41 survivors were rescued by the Haitian Coast Guard. That's the latest world news. I will be back tomorrow. Have a fantastic day. Cheers.
Ladies and gentlemen, the American Cheering Bulldog Nation, welcome to Sports Without Boundaries. Well, the Reds suck. They were swept by the Nationals, who were a worse team than they were. Now they got the same record. Three straight losses. And by the way, that pitcher blew 2 straight games, Wilson. What the hell? They play the Atlanta Braves tonight. All right, 8 versus 8. We got Troy Aikman and Lamar Jackson battling over trademark rights to the number 8 relative to football. Troy Aikman says, let's have a beer and work it out. The following were inducted into the Hall of Fame. Beltre, Helton, Maurer, who played for Minnesota, and Leland, the manager for the Pittsburgh Pirates, all now in Cooperstown. You know what cracks me about those 4 names? And I'm not saying their statistics, maybe they didn't deserve it, whatnot. But do those names,
they're nobody.
They're not Ken Griffey.
No, they're nobody.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, they just don't sound like Hall of Famers, do they? No. Schauffele, Xavier Schauffele, the 30-year-old from America, won the British Open. United States, you ready for this? Beat South Sudan on a last-second shot by LeBron James, 101-100. South Sudan, according to Winyan Gabriel, who played at University of Kentucky, doesn't even have indoor basketball courts. They're a bunch of refugees. They almost lost to them. Yikes. All right, Jake Paul beat Mike Perry in the first round. I'm so sick of Jake Paul fighting these people. I mean, it's a joke. And he makes the money. By the way, the joke's on us because Jake Paul makes all the money. Why did Jake Paul box Tyson Fury? You know? WNBA All-Star game was great. Caitlin Clark only had 4 points, but she got to play with Angela Reese, and they had a good old time. Shepard played Dillingham. Shepard got the best of him by a little bit. By the way, Reed Shepard is tearing up the Summer League. And the Reds signed their number 1 draft pick, Burns, $9 million signing bonus. Is it too late, Roger, for me to go back and practice pitching? This is the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. Have a great day. Ladies and gentlemen, the American German Bulldog Nation, welcome to Eric Deters Pop Culture. Well, Twisters, $80 million, numero uno at the box office. And I'm thinking to myself, that's what we needed, another tornado movie. What the hell? Who are these people that go watch Twisters, which has been done 29 times?
Weatherman. John Galt.
Think Steve Raleigh went to see Twisters?
Yeah, he did.
The moon is slowly moving away, albeit very small, away from the earth, and it could be catastrophic consequences. What if it moves away? You know, say our moods are, what if the moon moves far enough away to where all humans, adult males and females, are constantly horny? All right, Gavin Smith's body was found. He's a Hollywood producer, been missing for 2 years. And I always love the way they say it. They don't say his body was found in a grave. It was found in a shallow grave. Look at that guy. He was messing around with somebody's wife that he shouldn't have been. Hawk Tua came out on the Jelly Roll concert to get the people hyped up, and everybody kind of ignored her. I think Hawk Tua's had her 15 minutes of fame.
Who is she?
By the way, one thing I got to admire, she's turned down Playboy, and she's turned down some of that. So she does have some virtue. And Clint Eastwood, God love him, lost his partner, Christina Sanders, to cancer. She was 61. I think he's like 93, 94. I love Clint. At least he shaved his beard. Yeah. Sorry, Clint, we love you. This is the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. Do not be a barbarous, frosty, spirited bloodsucker like my mate Jamie Spindley. Be an angel dusk like Sabrina.